Yo, what's going on YouTube? Today I wanted to talk about two of the best ground loot pickups in Rebirth Island. This is especially good for ranked, especially when you're trying to rebuild. It's super hard to rebuild and rebirth ranked. So if you die, you lose your loadouts, you need to figure out what guns to pick up. The Striker 9 and the WSP9 both have legendary variants you can pick up on the ground, which is extremely helpful because it is a close quarters map, and both of these guns have very fast TTKs up close. If you want to run these as an option hit from a buy station, here are going to be those builds. We have the Zen Compensator, the Striker Elite Long Barrel, DR6 Hand Stop, 50 round drum, the Lockman MK2 Light Stock. On our WSP9, we got the Zen 35 Compensated Flash Hider as well. The Hiss Short Light Barrel, DR6 Hand Stop, 50 round Doink with the Jack Glassless Optic. Both of these options are extremely viable because of their recoil. A lot of people aren't liking the HMR9 or HRM9 for the recoil. I know it's not for everybody. It's definitely a skilled weapon to use. A lot of these guns that have a lot of recoil definitely have a very high TTK, so it's really not for everybody. It's kind of like the AMAX in the first Warzone. A lot of people didn't like the AMAX, but it was definitely one of my favorite guns because if you learn the recoil pattern, you can shoot it. I'm going to give you the recoil pattern for these two guns. Maybe it'll help you to use these builds. Let's let it rip. Alright, we are well off the board here, but the beauty of this gun is this recoil pattern. Look how absolutely vertical this is. A little bit of horizontal in the mix right here, but if we were to add a little bit of strafe there, I mean, nothing to worry about. Bullet holes are not touching. I mean, this heavy vertical recoil. But that's the beauty of it. It's genuinely vertical recoil. I mean, that's not enough horizontal to even kind of bring up the concern of controlling horizontal recoil with this weapon. We really just need to kind of pull the joystick down and work on it that way. Up close, this thing is an absolute machine. It is very strong. Here's our WSP9 as well. We're going to let this thing rip. This one's weird because it stops itself. It goes again, then it stops itself again. You can kind of see on this recoil pattern right here, there's a cluster of shots here and a cluster of shots at the end. That's outrageous. That's such a good spray pattern, and that's the gun naturally going. From the bottom, it only goes to about halfway on the board. We'll shoot a second one as well. So consistent. It is such a consistent gun. There's a pretty good amount of bloom in this game. People never really talk about that. But this gun absolutely rips. That's the biggest thing I noticed. The initial kick, it's almost like the AMR9. The initial kick throws the gun up and you pull it down too much as compensation. This is why we hit the firing range, so we can kind of work on that spray, get a generalized idea of what we got going on. This also has the most visual recoil out of any gun, I think, secondary in this game, but the recoil itself is not bad. So when we are shooting at targets, it might bounce a lot, but you'll see that it kills extremely quick. We can get on target relatively easy. Far targets, I mean, maybe it can do the damage as a sniper support, but I'm not really using this as a sniper support. This is something I'm really using up close specifically. Now the Striker 9, this is a very accurate weapon. You can control this very easy, has a very fast fire rate. Doesn't have the best mobility. It's kind of slow. It feels a little bit more like a sniper support than not. But TTK is phenomenal, especially for the fire rate we get. Very controllable compared to the HRM9. Definitely a top tier option. I can't say there's any other like really big viable options right now for secondaries. The MCW is kind of popular. We can cover this build as well. Why not? You can't really find this as ground loot. I guess it's just like a little... Oh, you can find the AMR9, but again, I would stick to the WSP and the Striker 9. But this is another viable option if we're just talking secondaries compared to the HRM9. This is going to be the MCW, the sniper support build with the Zen 35 Flash Hider, the second line Mammoth Heavy Barrel, DR6 Hand Stop with a 40 round mag. This is an iron sight build, has the Jack Raven conversion kit on the bottom of it. Bring it into the firing range, give you an idea of recoil pattern here. We'll go up this side right here. We make it up a little bit over halfway, practically just up to the right. Bullets are almost touching. When we control this thing, it's really just going to be kind of down to the right, getting a generalized spray. Here's your TTK look for this gun up close. It is very fast, it is very controllable, and you can reach out and touch targets with this gun. It's just not going to be extremely accurate. Again, this is a sniper support, but it is very viable. So keep this in mind when you're picking up an MCW at ground. As ground loot, it does have a pretty good TTK up close, and you are able to kind of put targets away fairly easy with this gun. Anyways, gang, if you are new to the channel, enjoy the content, I need you to hit the sub button, crush the like button. I'll catch you all tomorrow for another heater. Get it.